Welcome to the Christian Success Show, the show that helps you achieve more success in every area of your life. I'm your host, Wes Young. Thank you for joining me today. The Christian Success Show is brought to you by Christian-Success.com. Visit Christian-Success.com to join the community and check out the special $7 deals designed to help you achieve big success in specific areas of your life. If you want personal help achieving more success, you can find out how to work with the top Christian life, success, and business coach and consultant at Christian-Success.com/coach. Now, let's get started with today's show. Today's show is stress and success. I recently did a show about fear and success, and that got me thinking about other things that I've had to deal with and that other people are going to have to deal with or are dealing with when they're trying to achieve more success. And that led me to thinking about stress. So that's why I came up with today's show topic, stress and success. What is stress? Stress is an internal or mental reaction most of the time. Now, there is such a thing as physical stress, but most of the stress we deal with when we're trying to achieve more success or accomplish our goals or something like that is an internal or a mental reaction to something. And I'm not saying that stress isn't real, because stress is real. People deal with stress because of different things and in different situations every day. So I'm not trying to tell you that stress isn't real or that you can just ignore it. But I want to help you figure out ways to deal with stress and also to overcome stress, and possibly even ways to use stress in a constructive way to help you achieve the success you're trying to achieve. So, the first thing that I want to cover about stress and success is who's really in control. A lot of times we are stressful about something or have stress because of something that we can't control. And if you can't control whatever it is that's giving you stress, then there's no need to be stressed about it. You should only stress or worry about the things that you can control. Even though the stress can still be real, even if it's stressing about something you can't control, you really need to think about, is this stress from something I have control over, or is this stress over something that I don't have any control over? So you need to learn what you can control and what you can't control. And every time you're feeling stressed or having stress about a situation, you need to step back and try to think about it clearly and think about if this is something you control, and if there's any way you can control this thing to limit the stress or alleviate the stress. I read a study a long time ago that really helped me with dealing with stress. And the study showed that stress can either hurt you or it can make you stronger. And it all depends on how you deal with and look at stress. The people that tend to believe that stress can kill you are the ones that let stress hurt them. Stress can actually have negative physical effects on you. But if you're in the group of people that look at stress as something that's building you and building character and building your abilities, then it can actually make you stronger. Stress can actually be a good thing if you learn how to look at it in a different way. There are varying degrees of stress. Most of the time, the stress that you're feeling is not as bad as you think at the time. When you're in the middle of a situation, things can be quite stressful. And this is something I have to work on all the time. Something will go wrong in my day, or things aren't going the way I want them to, and it seems like one thing's just piling on top of another. And it's easy to get real stressed out and get frustrated. And often, if I just take a deep breath, try to separate myself from the situation a little bit, then I can see that it's not as bad as it seems to be in the situation. But if I don't take the time to separate myself from the situation and to back away and think about it clearly, then it just seems to keep getting worse and worse. So when you're dealing with stress, try to stop for a minute. Try to think clearly about what's going on. Take a mental step back and say, what's going on here? Why am I having this stress? Is it actually as bad as it seems to be? Because for me, most of the time when I get stressed, if I can stop myself and think about it, I realize that I'm just making it worse, that it's not as bad as it seems to be. All I have to do is look at things a little different, get back on track, maybe get back on my plan. Maybe I'm stressed because I've got pulled off my plan or I've got distracted. And sometimes if I can just stop and take a small step back on my plan or whatever I want to get accomplished, it helps alleviate the stress. There's a book or a saying, I think it's both, that says something like, don't sweat the small stuff, and it's all small stuff. And this is something my dad uses all the time that's very helpful to me and has been over the years, because usually it's not that big of a deal. It's a big deal in the moment, or it seems like it, but it's not that big of a deal. So anytime I find myself getting overly stressed, I think about my dad saying this to me, don't sweat the small stuff, and it's all small stuff. Because the truth is, most of the things, I'd guess over 95% of the things that we get stressed about is not that big of a deal. It seems like it's a big deal in the moment, but in the large scale of things, or the large scheme of things, it's not that big of a deal. I also try to use perspective when I'm feeling stress, or I'm having stress in working towards one of my success goals or something like that. And here's how I use perspective. Sometimes when I get stressed out, it can feel like the end of the world, like, oh, everything's gone completely wrong, it's never going to get fixed. But then I step back, and in perspective I say, is there someone else that has it worse than I do right now? And I'll be honest, with everything I've dealt with in my life, there's always been people that have had it a lot worse. And sometimes that helps me put the stress in perspective and lets me continue. Because the worst thing that can happen is you let stress stop you. You let stress keep you from doing what you need to do. If you're working towards more success, sometimes it's going to be stressful. There's going to be some tough stuff you have to do. And sometimes it's going to be irritating. But if you let this stress stop you from doing what you need to do and stop you from making progress towards your success, then you're going to get stuck. So you can't let it stop you. And that's where putting it in perspective can help you get back to moving, get taking action on your goals. You always have a choice. No matter how bad the stress seems to be, you always have a choice. You can stay down in the pit, or you can take action and start climbing out of the pit. Because when stress gets really bad, sometimes it feels like you're in a dark pit and there's no way out. But there's always a choice. And a lot of times, just simply starting to take action again will get you out of the pit. You'll start climbing out. I teach building step-by-step plans to help you achieve your goals and your success. If you're having a lot of stress, pull out your step-by-step plan and take a look at where you are and find one simple thing you can do on your plan to bring you closer to your success. And just doing one simple thing, even if it only takes 5 minutes, but that 5 minutes can start you out of the pit, bring you out of the stressful situation. Another thing that I use is take a lesson from a dog. Dogs are wonderful creatures. Most of them can lay down and go to sleep instantly. It seems like they're snoring before they even hit the floor. They take action when they need to, but other than that, they just live a simple life. when it's time to get something to eat, they go to their dog bowl. If they want to play, they go get a toy. If they're tired, they just lay down and go to sleep. They don't let stress affect them in most situations like we do. So take a lesson from a dog. Learn how to turn your mind off for a while. This is very helpful to me. I try to spend at least a few minutes every day by simply turning my mind off. You can use a lot of different things to do this. Some people use prayer to help them turn their mind off. Other people use meditation to help them turn their mind off. It helps me to sit down and read for a little bit. A lot of times just by reading, it turns my mind off and helps me relax. When you're stressed, you're thinking negative. Stress is usually a negative thought or emotion. When you start getting stressed, start focusing on the positive. Sometimes by switching how you look at something and start focusing on the positive instead of the negative, it can help you come out of a stressful situation. Your journey to success will have stress. You need to expect that you're going to have some stress, and then you need to embrace it, because your journey to success is about doing something different and accomplishing something bigger and better. Embrace the fact you're going to have some struggles and some stress, because that's what's going to help you achieve great things. Action overcomes stress. Always remember that. When you're starting to get stressed, take some action. Action overcomes stress. Take control of your situation and start taking action. I want to sincerely thank you for joining me today. I know that you have plenty of options on how you spend your time, and it's an honor you're letting me help you achieve more success in your life. God bless you. Don't forget to check out the special $7 deals designed to help you achieve more success in specific areas of your life at Christian-success.com. If you want personal help achieving more success, you can find out how to work with the top Christian life, success, and business coach and consultant at Christian-success.com/coach. Have a blessed day.